It has been a while since I've revisited this crossover series, but let's get right back into it with everyone's favorite pink puffball, Kirby. What universes have crossed directly into this one? And how will this franchise affect the ultimate crossover web? Let's find out. Interestingly enough, some of Kirby's first cameos began with appearances in other HAL Laboratory games, one of which being a Super Nintendo game by the name of Arcana, released the same year as Kirby's Dream Land on the Game Boy. Speaking of the Game Boy, in The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, enemies called Anti-Kirbys can be found throughout the dungeon Eagle's Tower, which, if you couldn't already tell, is a pretty clear reference to Kirby, perhaps the same species. Whatever a Kirby is. However, references between The Legend of Zelda and Kirby don't stop there. In Kirby Superstar on Super Nintendo, the Triforce can be obtained in the Great Cave Offensive mode, along with several other items referencing other Nintendo franchises, such as Marth's Falchion from the Fire Emblem series, Mr. Saturn from the Mother series, Captain Falcon's helmet from F-Zero, and a Screw Attack ball from Metroid is also obtainable. Strangely though, this isn't the only Metroid and Kirby crossover cameo, as in one particular level in Kirby's Dream Land 3, you can fight with some Metroids, and at the end of the stage, you even meet up with Samus. Also worth noting are the enemies in Kirby's Dream Land 1 and 2, as many of them are also enemies in Super Mario Land 2 on the Game Boy. These were very likely shared assets to speed along game production. One of Kirby's more odd cameos is in Stunt Race FX for the Super Nintendo, where he can be seen on a billboard along the racetrack. Because the best place to advertise your cutesy little adventure game is during some extreme motorsports. Moving on to the Nintendo 64, the titular Star Rod from Kirby's Adventure plays an important role in the story of Paper Mario, wherein Bowser uses the power of dreams to make himself strong enough to defeat Mario at the start of the game. Whether this is actually the Star Rod from Kirby or not is up to debate, as Nintendo has a history of implementing similar concepts into separate games, the most recent example being Zelda's Ravio and Mario's Nabbit. Both purple rabbit-like characters were developed around the same time by completely separate teams, but given the items similar powers, we can assume that they are one and the same. Also, images from Kirby's Adventure and Kirby Superstar can be seen in Pokemon Stadium 2 by connecting the in-game consoles to the TV. And Kirby has also starred in every entry of a long-running and popular fighting game franchise, and that franchise is none other than the Super Smash Bros. Series. Starting on the Nintendo 64, Kirby has been playable in every iteration of Smash since the beginning, with King Dedede and Meta Knight joining in with Brawl, along with items like the Star Rod and the Warp Star, and even pieces of the Dragoon from Kirby's Air Ride. Stages based on locations from various locations in Kirby games are also found throughout the Smash franchise, with stages like Green Green's Fountain of Dreams, the Halberd, the Great Cave Offensive, and a stage in the 3DS version based on Kirby's Dream Land for Game Boy. In the Nintendo DS remake of Kirby Superstar, titled Kirby Superstar Ultra, the golden watering can from the Animal Crossing series can be obtained, and in the Nintendo 3DS game Kirby Planet Robobot, if Kirby obtains the Stone ability, there is a random chance of being turned into a statue of Tom Nook from Animal Crossing. Keeping with the Nintendo DS theme we have going here, in the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl games, there is a biker trainer that has just one Pokemon, which is a Cleffa, a very cute pink thing, and the trainer's name is, you guessed it, Kirby. So a tough biker trainer named Kirby with only a Cleffa might be a loose reference, but it is most certainly intentional. And oddly enough, the American theme song for Kirby Right Back Atcha is a playable song in the Donkey Kong spin-off title Donkey Konga, a Donkey Kong spin-off you played with a Donkey Kong barrel themed drum peripheral.
What now?
Yeah, these things were strange even back then. Oddly though, these are technically compatible with every current Nintendo home console as of this video. Even the Switch, due to Nintendo accidentally enabling GameCube controller support.
Well, now I'm just so looking forward to playing that new Switch port of Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze with a set of plastic drums.
I saw one guy speedrun Dark Souls with him before.
What is life anymore?
So despite being a video game character, Kirby has appeared in more media than just video games, showing up in TV shows and anime like Kirby Right Back Atcha. There's also a Japanese manga as well as a comic. He's also appeared in various cameos in Nintendo-affiliated publications like Nintendo Power.
Wait. Kirby had an anime?
Yeah, and the strange thing is, it's not a terrible show either.
Are you trying to tell me there's a video game cartoon that isn't hot garbage?
Yeah, Kirby Right Back At Ya is actually pretty decent. I don't want to oversell the show because it's no masterpiece or anything, but as far as cartoons based on video games go, not only is it faithful to the games, but it has an awesome theme song that you will not be able to stop singing no matter how much you plead to the Kirby gods. It's just there always.
I'll keep that in mind.
In the anime Pop Team Epic, based off of a 4-panel gag manga, one of the opening skits for one of the Pop Team 8-bit segments replicates the save screen from Kirby Superstar, even down to the font and coloring, but using the main characters instead of Kirby characters. And most recently in Kirby Star Allies, Kirby's stone ability sometimes has him turn into a Super Mario block. He's already been connected to Mario plenty, but, you know, just felt like mentioning it. And as far as our research goes, that's about everything. Every Kirby crossover. So let's just plop those into the web right now, and boom, ever growing. Let's make this web even bigger over the course of the year. I'm looking forward to it. So thank you so much for watching, and until next time, please remember to never stop using your noggin.